The Nigerian power sector is advancing in leaps and bounds with quite a lot of ongoing reform activities. I'm sure you would like to know more about this. Then, the Power Circuit is just the right program for you, and it's proudly brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. You're right here with Amara Agugesi. Here's what we have for you today. TCN heightens processes for 132 kV double circuit transmission line project in Abuja. TCN completes 2 transmission substations, delivers accessories to another in Kano. Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies conducts workshop for members at TCN. Safety is paramount all round, especially in the power sector. From the Benin region of TCN, the Principal Manager, Health, Safety and Environment, Mr. Otaru Abamiyo, will be speaking about how the company prioritizes safety with zero tolerance for accidents. That will be in the interview segment. Towards ensuring multiple bulk power evacuation options, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has heightened the environmental processes for the seamless execution of a 132 kV double circuit power transmission line from the Katampe substation to the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja. The Power Circuit reports a collaborative meeting between TCN officials and the Federal Ministry of Environment.
At the Impact Mitigation Management meeting held at the TCN Corporate Headquarters, Abuja, the General Manager Engineering at TCN, Engineer Shehu Abba Aliyu, tasked the Health, Safety and Environment team on the sustained role of sensitizing residents along the transmission line right-of-way to enhance safety measures in delivering the 132 kV Katampe to Stadium transmission line.
We need your services is really to continuously do the good job of educating the people by practically even demonstrating to them that those of you living here, you are doing it at your own risk, because these people have paid this, and so that people will see it clearly that we are not telling lies.
Also speaking, the General Manager Health, Safety and Environment at TCN, Mr. Kange Kefas, said the meeting was to evaluate the processes to ensure the project is executed safely.
People advise, or rather people inform them that there will be what you call emissions, emissions. The rest issues of the women being barren, children's growth being retarded, which were issues we resolved. We, at a point, we even had to measure the hydromorphonic fees that may likely if that line was there. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying that we have had, the line has not been recovered. It was only in this place that we had this issue. It was an issue that we did consultation several times and it has been resolved.
The Deputy Director, Environmental Assessment Department at the Federal Ministry of Environment, Mr. Uchi Dermot, enjoined the team on collaboration towards addressing issues relating to environment and right-of-way towards realizing the transmission mandate.
They will set up a committee to protect the right-of-way. Right, first of all, right-of-way is not just go to the place and start claiming right-of-way. It is approved. Am I right? Yeah. You have an approval to run the line, transmission line along that corridor. So it's your right. What we're saying that why they want to prepare that project and define stakeholders around that route and get them involved in the project decision making. That's what I'm saying. So when you get them involved, they will need to take charge of that project.
The Assistant General Manager Lines Project at TCN, Engineer Rabiu Bako, who gave the overview, said TCN was delivering on the underground power transmission project to improve on efficiency of bulk power transmission in the safest manner.
We're here to discuss Katampe National Stadium 132 kV double circuit transmission line, comprising of 8.4 kilometers underground and 4 kilometers overhead. The main concern on the whole line is safety, protection, and environment.
The team further went for an on-the-spot assessment at the 132 kV Katampe transmission substation, where the new 132 kV transmission line will be connecting the stadium from, and then to Uye, where the cable compound is being constructed. After the inspection activity, the representative from the Ministry of Environment, Mr. Ochi Demot, harped on more awareness for the stakeholders and team collaboration during the project implementation period.
We saw that at the plant, we couldn't see what we expect to see in a sensitive place like a transmission station. So we will expect you to start preparing to provide caution safety signages. We will also expect that we will start planning on how to train the officers on health, safety, and environment. We also expect that your HSC unit will be inviting all the substation managers to here for regular briefing on what is expected of them on health, safety, and environment.
The Power Security team also spoke with the Assistant General Manager, Health, Safety and Environment at TCN, Mrs. Comfort Sako, on the sideline as she provided further insight into the objectives of the impact mitigation management meeting.
In the history of TCN and EIA process, this is the first time we have this opportunity to have the IMM departments visit TCN to actually monitor TCN projects by themselves. I want to say that God has seen us this far, and I know that He that has seen us this far, He will help us and use these people to solve most of the problems we have on our right of way as a government entity. Because when they come in, they will actually understand what we are going through. The people building under the rights of way, the people disturbing when we are at the project sites, particularly in the south, where they have militants. If this has been happening, I don't think it would have been this in much of a problem. But with them coming on board now, where we think we cannot go and anchor it alone, we'll call on them to join us to go. And I believe we are going to have a smooth sail on the environmental issues in TCN projects.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has completed the 330, 132, 33 kV Rimin Zakara transmission substation in Kano. The company also announced the completion of the 132 kV Bichi substation, as well as the delivery of 10 truckloads of power transformer accessories at the Kumboso substation, all in Kano State.
According to a statement from the company, the Rimin Zankara transmission substation has 2 units of 150 MVA power transformers at the 330, 132, 33 kV level and 2 units of 60 MVA power transformers at the 132, 33 kV level. The Rimin Zankara substation, which is yet to be commissioned, has a transformer capacity of 240 megawatts on the 330 kV level and 96 megawatts on the 132 kV level, which will boost power supply within the Kano Electricity Distribution Company's franchise area. At Bichi, a town near the Kano capital, the TCN completed the installation of the new 13233 kV mobile transmission substation. The mobile substation has 20 by 30 MVA power transformer, as the mobile substation has added 24 megawatts of bulk power available for the Kano Disco to take to its customers in Bichi, Bagwai, Dawakin Tofa, and some parts of Dawanau area of Kano State. At the 330 13233 kV Kumboso transmission substation in Kano, TCN delivered 10 truckloads of power transformer accessories. The transformer accessories are for the installation of the new 100 MVA and 300 MVA power transformers already at the substation. TCN has equally concluded arrangements for the installation of the transformers at the 330 13233 kV Kumboso transmission substation. The 100 MVA and 300 MVA transformer projects are part of TCN's grid expansion drive funded by the World Bank. On completion of installation, the transformers will add 152 megawatts to the capacity of the nation's grid.
We'll return shortly after this break. Kindly stay with the Power Circuit.
Verify that land before you buy it. To drastically reduce the incidence of building under the transmission right-of-way or encroaching on designated TCN land, members of the public are hereby requested to verify land near or along transmission line route before purchasing it. Verification should be made in the Land Development Authority or at the TCN office. This would help in drastically reducing the incidence of building under transmission line right-of-way and save us all the problem of pulling down the structure or truncating transmission line expansion projects in your community due to court injunction. Help us serve you better. Verify that land before you buy it.
Capacity building plays a vital role in the enhancement of work performance in every organization, including at the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. The Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies, SIAC, has further demonstrated this as it conducts a two-day workshop for its members at TCN.
The workshop, which was held at the corporate headquarters of TCN, was centered on the best practice in employee relations, conflict management for effective and harmonious working environment. Comrade John David Ejeba stated that the workshop provides an avenue for the union members to share experience among themselves towards enriching their knowledge. The Deputy General Secretary of SIAC for the Federal Capital Territory and TCN, Comrade James Matthew Adams, who spoke on behalf of the President General of SIAC, headed by Comrade Benedict Cheka, explained that the core objective of the training was to enable the executive committee members of the union interact. The acting Assistant General Manager, Industrial Relations at the corporate headquarters of TCN, Mrs. Victoria Showang, welcomed the participants to the workshop, noting that it was the best avenue for personal development. The workshop also had a technical session where participants made presentations on key areas of management and conflict resolution. The officials further spoke about the expectations from the workshop during a sideline interview.
What we are doing is to bring everyone that is a leader at the grassroots, especially the chapter chairman and secretary, to be able to come so that they get impactful lectures from our resource persons that will prepare them for leadership in their various units as chapter chairman or secretaries, and that will now make them it will cascade down. It's like train the trainers. When they get there, they impact this knowledge on other members. And of course, we've already during our interaction session, we have told them that unionism is about interactions. By the time they got back, they should be able to call for regular meetings and interact with their member regularly.
Is for the chapter executives to be on the same page, to be more aware on the operations of SIAC as it affects their operations in their locations and as it relates with the national. So it's to sensitize them the more, for them to interact on issues, like you see issues that are coming from different locations, so that you now know that whatever your problem in your place, maybe it's a similar problem elsewhere, or if it's not similar, it's different, so that you now know when problems like this come, these are the solutions to it. So it's to bring everybody on the same level of sensitization.
A participant from the Port Harcourt region of TCN, Comrade Uchenna Onya, also shared her experience about the workshop.
When we are going to management, it's no longer quarreling or whatever. We have to go with dialogue. We have to go in a way that the management will listen to us, not by fighting. We have to provide a means of presenting our case to the management for them to listen to us.
This is the interview segment of the power circuit. Safety is paramount all round, especially in the power sector. From the Benin region of TCN, you'll get to hear more about how the company prioritizes safety with zero tolerance for accidents. Let's hear from the Principal Manager, Health, Safety and Environment, Mr. Otaru Abamiyu. What is the role of the Health, Safety and Environment Department at TCN?
We have a lot to offer as a department. One, we collate accident, safety activities and environmental activities in the Benin region through this my office to corporate headquarters and to NEC. That is one. We are in charge of making sure that this place is prone to accident if not properly taken care of. It's prone to accident like electric car and other incidents that can happen. So we take care of, we give orientation to people, especially on the job, new employee, IT student, and even visitors when they come. So we do all those things. We equally make sure we give protection to our people, because whoever that enters this yard, we own that person duty of care. We make sure that we give people our do's and don'ts. These do's and don'ts are the way we behave here, the way we carry out our job. We go for inspection. We hunt mostly for hazards, because TCN has committed so much to the welfare of its worker, so that we are healthy and more informed than to come here and be deformed.
How does this department tackle encroachment of the right-of-way of power transmission lines?
We try to sensitize people that, please, these are government installations and they are the right-of-way supposed to be observed and obeyed. One, the system ought not to be tampered with. The right-of-way ought not to be tampered with. So we try as much as we could to educate people to please don't even go to have any activities under or with outside the stipulated diameter that or the perimeter that's supposed to be observe. So we educate people on that, and we make sure that we work with these security agencies like police to see that whoever, because when you go out of the station, we become this volatile society. So in order not to incur anything that will tarnish the image of TCN, so we call the police who will help. Sometimes we call this Nigerian Civil Defense. But if it is getting out of hand, or maybe a corporate is caught, then we go to the police.
Is there any message from TCN about how Nigerians can maintain safety around power transmission assets?
These lines are national heritage. Every Nigerian owns it. We need to keep them working by not vandalizing them, by not tampering with them. And those who are even doing it, life is so precious. They have their life to live. They should not hinder their life all time. No, begin to look at it as if there's another life. Power line is supposed to be free of any interference from human being. If you go, we're talking about 330 kilovolts. If there's anything that happened, one will not live to tell the story. And they should see that that does not necessarily mean every person will work in TCN, but everybody owns TCN. Nigeria owns TCN. Without TCN, power will not be willed down to the people who are the end user. So they should see it as their own property, just as we see it as our own property. Because one tampering with this land caused Nigerian government enormous financial losses and embarrassment.
That was the Principal Manager, Health, Safety and Environment at TCN, Mr. Otaru Abamiyo speaking. There is absolutely zero tolerance for accidents by the management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. This is what all the 10 regions of TCN strive to enforce to the latter, and you have heard about the strategies to sustain this culture in the Benin region of TCN. Always keep in touch with the power circuit to get more updates about safety, project delivery, and all new milestones. Let's take you through the stories again. TCN heightens processes for 132 kV double circuit transmission line projects in Abuja. TCN completes 2 transmission substations, delivers accessories to another in Kano. Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies conducts workshop for members at TCN. In the interview segment, the Principal Manager, Health, Safety and Environment, Mr. Otaru Abamiyo, spoke about how TCN is prioritizing safety along the power transmission line corridors as well as within its various substation facilities in the Benin region. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, cannot do this alone. It needs your collaboration and support. You can do this by expressing your views, comments, and responses on the TCN YouTube channel, TCN_Nigeria. On Facebook, kindly connect with Transmission Company of Nigeria. For Twitter, search for @TCN_Nigeria. TCN is also on Instagram, TCN_Nigeria. Email messages are always a pleasure via affairs.public@tcn.org.ng. TCN has an active, responsive, and interactive website, tcn.org.ng, where you can get information on bulk power transmission and other activities of TCN. With your support, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is always poised to deliver on transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner. It is my delight that you were with us on this edition. My name is Amara Agogoisi, and I hope to see more of you.